What's up, everyone? I'm Adam, and I collect sports stuff. Today, we're going to talk about something that every now and then a collector has to deal with during their time within the hobby, and that is with owning a piece of memorabilia from an athlete who is now embroiled in controversy. So, to be honest, I know not everybody in the hobby is really too concerned about how an athlete is off the field. They care about their performance, they're curious about the wins, the losses, the stats, and just the iconic status of their career. For me, I like that, but I also want to know that the person is not, a scumbag off the field. That helps me feel good about my collection. It helps me make sure that I'm focusing my attention on the right kind of people, not just the right kind of athlete. However, every now and then you buy a piece of memorabilia before the dark side of an athlete is revealed. And then you are tasked with the idea of, do I keep it or do I get rid of it? I am currently stuck in this position as I am the owner of this autographed Baltimore Ravens Justin Tucker replica football helmet right here, outlining his record-setting 66-yard field goal. Now, a couple years ago, I went to a card show with the intent of buying a signed helmet to add to my collection. I didn't have one yet and wanted to finally add one to my shelf. I got a great deal on this one, and I was very excited. Okay, it looks beautiful. Up until that point, Justin Tucker was a model NFL citizen. He was a kicker. You don't have a lot of controversies involving kickers. I don't know what it is about the position, but not a lot of them find themselves in trouble. Unfortunately, at the beginning of 2025, a lot of accusations came towards Justin Tucker regarding inappropriate conduct he showcased at various massage parlors. Now, you can Google the article yourself. I don't want to get too deep into the weeds here, but basically, he made a lot of massage therapists uncomfortable with how he acted towards them and how he was kind of insinuating certain things in their direction. Now, when that news came out, like anybody else, I kind of wait until the story develops before rushing to judgment. It's a little bit of an old school thing to do, but there are always two sides of the story. However, as the story began to unfold, you could see that Tucker was not apologizing. He was sort of taking ownership, but not really. Fast forward, he wanted to challenge things, but nothing really came about. The NFL investigated him, suspended him, and the Ravens released him. Ravens said it was football-related matters, but we all kind of know that when a player has legal issues in the NFL, sometimes that means that's good enough to get them kicked off the team. So that's many months ago now, and yet I am still sitting here with this helmet in my collection. It's about a $200 investment, which for me on a piece of memorabilia is pretty significant. I'm usually pretty thorough with my research, and therefore I don't wind up paying more than what I think something is worth. And I thought this was worth $200. Now it is probably not. And the other thing is now I am probably stuck with it forever because I can't imagine many people wanting to buy this off of me. So now I'm kind of left with the position of being, do I keep this on display? Do I shove it in a closet? Do I actually try to sell it and maybe take a fraction of the dollar amount that I paid for it? I don't know. It's one of those situations I still haven't wrapped my head around. Like I said earlier, I want to believe in athletes as good people, and when they become bad people, I don't really want to associate with them from a fan perspective or a collector perspective. It's much easier to say that before you have invested in something and you have it sitting in your room. You love the way it looks. You love the story about how you got it. You loved the player as he was on the field. Now, to be honest, I'm only about 6 months, 6, 7 months into having this helmet after the news came out and having to make this decision. At this stage, I don't know what I'm going to do. Chances are down the line, I try to move it because at this point, I don't feel comfortable with it in my collection. If I trick my brain and just looking at it and appreciating the aesthetic of the helmet, I can get behind it and go, wow, that really makes my room look excellent. But I just don't know how to take having an item like this from somebody who allegedly was very terrible towards a lot of women. If you have any questions or curiosities about this subject or even opinions, I'd love to hear them. Please pop them in the comments. If you like what you see here, please like and subscribe. Thanks.